So chapter 8, fundamental insurance, fill in the blanks. Criminal law. It deals with the wrong done against society, or wrong done. So you do something wrong. Civil law. Civil law is a private law. It settles disputes between individuals that does not involve a criminal act. Basically, you sue somebody for money or something, right? It provides compensation to the party who has suffered a wrongdoing by another party. Basically, civil law, they say you sue somebody, right? And the other, plaintiff means a person who files legal action against defendant. For example, somebody rear-ended your car and now you sue the other guy, right? And civil law is divided into two branches: contract law and tort law. So what is contract law? Address an agreement between two or more parties that will be enforced by court. So an agreement between two or more parties. That's a contract law. Basically, if I say I'll teach you the insurance, say you pay me $500 for example, right? So I take the money, I don't teach. What you can do? You can sue me, right? And the court can enforce it. Other is tort law. Tort law means civil wrong, mean private wrong, private wrongs or injuries other than breach of contract, for which the court will provide a remedy. Remedy means solution in the form of an action for damages. Tort law does not deal with the breach of moral duties. Tort law basically means, I say you guys are, you defame somebody, right? And the person can sue you, right? Okay, it means civil wrong. Next is a type of torts. One is intentional. For intentional is criminal act, knowingly, right? Other is unintentional, means negligence. You had no idea, right? Accidentally you did something. Mean negligence, mean carelessness. Strict liability. Defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty. When hazardous activities are undertaken. Basically, you leave something explosive, right? Hazardous basically means very dangerous. Then Canadian laws. People can be found liable for a tort, means civil wrong, under the following laws. One is a common law, other is statute law. What is a common law? English system based on doctrine of precedence. Other doctrine precedence mean let the former decision stand. It means here the decisions are based on the previous decision. Based on a previous decision. For example, if here we drive on the right side of them or left? Right? So you start driving on the left side, so they punish you. They jail you for 2 years, for example, right? For driving on the left. Now if somebody else does the same thing, they will jail him too. They'll make a decision based on the previous decision. So somebody speeding guy killed a pedestrian, right? He was immigrant, right? Permanent resident. What did they do? They deported him, right? So now if anybody does the same thing, what they'll do? They'll deport him. You understand, right? So it's based on the previous decision. There's a common law. Statute law. Statute law is written law by government. So government can make change. It supersedes common law. It can change the common law. Government tomorrow say, okay, sorry, right? So the basically permanent resident, we can't deport them, right? We change the law. They can change the law. You understand, right? So they may even change it off or something, when the people come here on marriage basis, right? They do fake marriage. So what they do, they may do it, okay, now 2-year conditional, right? 2 years, you have to live with the person, right? Or if that person complains, right, that this guy is not doing the right thing, or just came as a fake, well, can be deported, right? So statute law means government, written law by government. Then common law precedents, occupying premises. People who occupy premises owe legal duties, so they owe legal duties to others. Legal duties. People who enter the premises are divided into 4 categories. One is trespassers. Trespassers are occupiers do not owe any legal duty towards don't owe any legal duty, but they cannot set traps and cannot intentionally harm them. Trespassers, right? Those who come to your property, traps, 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 and then intentionally harm. Basically, trespasser, if they come to your property, you can't make a ditch, you can't throw them into ditch, right? Or you can't just beat them, right? So basically, even you have to keep your premises safe for them even. So even if a thief comes in, hey, you still have your premises. If they fell down and your something was broken, he can sue you. Even the trespasser can sue you, right? And the next is licensees. Licensees mean occupier must point out the dangers that are known to be dangerous. Licensees basically people who have economic interest, right? No, licensee basically means like bathroom users or your social guests, right? When they come to your home, so you have to make sure your premises is safe for them. If there is a ditch, you say beware of a ditch. If there is a dog, beware of a dog, right? Invitees. Invitees mean occupiers must protect the invitee from any must. The occupier is aware of or should have been aware of, right? So you can write beside economic interest. Economic interest. Right beside is right beside economic interest, like a realtor, pizza delivery guy. When they come to your property, they have economic interest, right? You have to protect them. You must protect them, right? And children. So children, occupiers must keep children safe from all dangers. So children are number 1, invitees are number 2, licensees are number 3, and trespassers are number 4 in protection. So number 1, you must protect children, right? Number 2, for invitee you have reasonable protection, you have reason to protect them, right? Third, somewhat, and trespasser, you don't owe them any legal duty, right? But you can't harm them still. So this is very, very important. And this you will see in the exam. Okay, and then we're gonna do the second part.